Hi, I want to show to you an interview I did with a friend of mine, Andrine. She's a Norwegian coming from the north of Norway, Mo i Rana. And she used to do biathlon at a national level here. She also used to hunt and fish, but she recently had a shift in consciousness and became vegan last year and quickly started doing activism. So I thought it was really interesting to interview a person that had such a quick shift and taking action or immediately. That's very unique, I think. So we will go back in time around Christmas and in Mo i Rana in the northern part of Norway, next to the Arctic Circle.
Yeah.
Hello, Andrine. How are you today?
Hello, Carl. I'm very good today.
Great. Okay, so I chose to speak to you because you're a newly vegan woman and also a new vegan activist, and I'm just interested to know more about you and like why you're doing what you're doing, basically. So I'll just ask you a few questions.
Yeah.
So first question: Where are we? Where are we now?
Right now, we are in my hometown. So this place is called Skillevollen, where you can ski and train and go skating. So yeah, that's the place.
And it's in the city of Mo i Rana in Norway, in the middle of the western coast, right?
Western coast? I don't know.
Yeah, the western coast of Norway. You know what I mean? Like Norway has an east coast next to Oslo, and the west coast is where we are.
Oh, okay.
You know, like
Yeah.
in geography.
Yeah, I would just call it Helgelandskysten.
Helgelandskysten.
Yeah.
Hel-
Helgelandskysten.
Helgelandskysten.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the name.
And it's been since I arrived. It was snowing like many days in a row. But today it's a nice day without snow, without much wind, and nice weather. Yeah, and we've just been skating, me and Andrine today, in this beautiful skating rink.
Yeah.
And yeah. All right.
Now we're here.
Now you're here.
Walking.
Yes, we are. Okay, so yeah, what else do I want to say? Yeah. I actually had notes. Well, so how long have you been vegan, Andrine?
I've been vegan since I think May 2022. I think I started to think about like being vegan in April, April.
Yeah.
But it took some time to just adapt and really having the mindset and and go all in for it. But yeah, so I think like in the beginning of this year, I had like this thought and was doing a lot of research and watching YouTube videos on internet about veganism.
Yeah.
And in May, I think I was very like commitment to it and really understood and my mindset really changed in a way. So yeah, or it's always changing, but like yeah, I think since May, I would say yeah.
Okay. And so quite recently, and you told me about research, but can you be more specific? Like what made you decide to go vegan?
I think, or it started that I started to watch videos on YouTube about it, and I think that was because I was curious about it. I knew, or maybe I had seen something on internet, or just like seen something on news about vegan people, and then I was curious, and I thought it was cool could live a life without eating had to eat animals, because like I grew up thinking that I needed to, so I think I was very curious, and then I started to watch people on YouTube that were vegan and that was talking about being vegan, how it was, and I also wanted to, in the beginning, I also wanted to know both the positive and also negative sides about it. Maybe the hard things about it and the easy things about it. I wanted to have both sides, and like I didn't only want to have like look up one side of it. I also want to hear those who were against it.
Yeah.
I wanted to could make up my own mind, so I could listen to the ones that were against it and said how dangerous it is and you shouldn't do that. But I also wanted to, and then I listened to the ones that had the positive and said like how you can do it. It's you can live without it and everything. So then I could see the both like, and then I just so that's what I was like researching about, just trying to explore a little bit about what this was. And then I think I saw a YouTube video with Earthling Ed, and when he started to talk about the animals in it, I had nothing to say against it. So then I I really felt bad, because like why should I like I had nothing to say against him. I could like try to answer his question, but I had nothing. It was like, oh, he's right. He's totally right. This is like, so I think then I just like I decided to I will try 1 week, see how it goes, and yeah, it went well, and I just kept going. I thought that I just kept going after that, I think, and then I did a lot of like also research afterwards, because I really wanted to know more about food and the nutrition, the nutrition
aspect of food, let's say.
Yeah, so I just had a book where I just wrote all about all of the vitamins, where you can find it, what it is good for, why it's so important. So I just like wrote so much about like vitamins and everything. So it was really interesting, and I really like to explore more of the plant world and everything. Now I'm more like I'm not so into that now, but I was really interested in it. So I think it's very exciting. Yeah.
I totally agree. Yeah, of course it's super exciting to learn.
Yeah.
And also probably like the reason why you became vegan, like also like you wanted to prevent like negative things happening to animals, I guess.
Yeah. That was the part that really made me. That's like the mindset. Like it's the mindset, I feel like. It's the mindset.
Definitely.
It's all about how you like suddenly you have this different viewpoint. So I think that's just like was the thing that made it very easy to not eat animal products, because you knew more about like what's going on with the animals, and you suddenly had a different view on animals in average. So yeah, but I remember I was very curious about veganism or plant or to eat plant food when I was younger and was doing sport, but I think I just thought to myself that I couldn't do it because I was doing sport, and nobody like had they were not like nobody did that. You don't hear about people doing that when I was doing sport, and so
I know what you mean. I totally know. I mean, from my experience as well, I thought that it was not possible to be athletic and perform at a relatively high level while not eating animal products. So it's totally understandable. It's not like so much knowledge that's spread about it. Like it's at all the advertisement we get, right, is like, you need milk after workout, and you need to eat animals, meat, as you say.
No, but I think maybe it's placebo, but I don't think so, because I can really feel the effects of not eating animal products now, like when I train, I feel like I don't know how to explain it, but I don't feel like so much different or a little bit different, but it just feels easier to go running now, I feel like, than before. Maybe because I trained more before and I was more tired, but it was heavier, I don't know, but I feel like it's easier to something is easier, I feel like. And I also, if I'm sick, after being sick, I feel it's like it doesn't take so long to go out running, or I feel like my stamina isn't going down. I feel like it's staying on like one level all the time, and so that's very great, because before I felt like if I didn't train or run or do activity for a very long time, I felt like I was like like my stamina was a little bit worse. But it can also be like that I train. It can be so many factors also. But I think it's just interesting, but I cannot say for sure because I think I don't have so much research. But it's just like my feeling. Of course, it feels better to not eat animals, having that on your shoulders. So it's like.
Yeah, definitely. But you're talking about the nutrition side and how you felt, and I can relate to that myself. That I couldn't like work out right after eating cheese, for example, and meat. But now after a meal that doesn't contain those elements, it's a lot easier to do a light workout or even like a medium workout. Of course, I wouldn't do all out 1 kilometer or 500 meter run or skate sprint and then right after a meal.
No.
But but something I want to ask is, can you tell more about your athletic background?
Yeah.
So what did you used to do before?
Okay, so I was, I did biathlon. So I was a competitor or competitioner.
Yeah, you were a competitor.
In biathlon. So I almost all my life or all my childhood I have been skiing and shooting and trained a lot, 2 times a day, a lot of the times when I was a teenager. I have some medals from competition in Norway.
Awesome.
Yeah,
wow.
So it's a lot of training and skiing and shooting. So
Okay, and you that's very interesting. Very interesting background. Yeah, so that's part of why you were not considering switching before. Right. So that's part of why you were not considering switching to
I think
vegan or vegetarian before.
I think also because nobody around me was. You don't hear it in the society so much. Back then, it's more now, I think. But back then, I don't remember. Maybe I wasn't so focused on it because I was focusing on like my skiing. So all the other things like was coming after.
Of course.
And it's just like in my brain it was like I needed the eggs and dairy and everything. Like that was like my mindset back then. So I don't think I think yes that I had like, because I really loved animals. Like I really cared for life and the planet and those things. So I feel like later when I was older I felt this what is called when you feel something in you but you don't live.
I would say dissonance.
Right? Yeah, something. It was like not feeling right. And I think maybe it started. It started that I was very into the planet and the state of the planet, and I really liked. And I stopped buying clothes in 2018 or 19, I think. So I didn't. And then I was skiing and doing biathlon, and I was like, I knew that if I would like be a skier, like work as a skier and train really hard, like all my in my 20s.
Yeah.
I knew also that I had to live a life that didn't quite wasn't right for my head, because I felt like I needed to do something for the planet, because if we don't do something we cannot even ski. So why should I do biathlon and ski in the winter, and that will be my life if the planet is soon or warming up. So it just felt very wrong to do it, to still do it. It felt very egoistic in a way, or maybe it felt like it just felt wrong. And also, if I was going on a team, I had to get new clothes, new skis, new things all the time. I was against it, because I stopped buying clothes and I didn't want to have new clothes. I really like to have control over my own clothes and don't get so much. I was very, my mindset was very there. It started to be more environmentally about the environment, and so I think also that I knew that. I think why I started to tap into veganism was because I knew how meat was for the planet.
Yeah.
I think that was that I was aware of that, and maybe I was okay, we need to do some changes here. And I think I just did more research, and of course it's the vegan people on YouTube would pop up to me, and and I was I think that's maybe.
Oh, YouTube got you basically.
Yeah, it is. I was looking a lot on YouTube and just trying to.
People should stay away from YouTube, perhaps.
No, but it's so much. It can be so much good and exciting things. Many great people there on YouTube.
But you were saying that's interesting. I didn't know that you had this reflection that the decisions, the actions you were taking as a athlete, some of them could be negative. So I'm curious to know what else. You were saying, buying clothes, eating meat and dairy and eggs. But is there other aspects to the athlete lifestyle that you thought, or maybe not in alignment to preventing the warming of the planet?
Yeah, or I think those were the biggest things, the buying new things, and skis and everything. But also I felt so weird for me in the end that ski was going to be the most important thing in my life when I'm on Earth in this universe, and something big is happening with the planet, and I'm so focused on doing a technique really good in ski, and that was all my life. And I was I don't want to have this life, because there's so much more I can do for the planet. So it just felt natural to do more, and also I didn't want to have it so planned all the time.
Yeah, it doesn't.
So I really want to have more spontaneous, or feel more free.
You don't want to be a regimented athlete that just has to twice a day, on a schedule. It's you don't have as much freedom as.
You I always knew what I was going to do a month ahead.
Yeah.
Many months ahead. I had planned out every day. So I just knew what I was going every day, and you can imagine almost the whole year is planned.
Yeah.
And that is in some ways it can I like to have plans right now also in a way, but not every day.
There's something I was thinking as you were talking about the professional athlete route. Did you also consider the traveling? That traveling could have had an impact.
Also, that's also, of course, we had a lot of plane flying to different places, and driving, and a lot of traveling. So I think also that I think I just felt I worked against the planet a little bit. I was looking for a future that wasn't doing the best for the planet. I could do more. Why should I ignore what's going on?
Yeah, totally. I get you. I understand you for that. That's a major problem, right? Everybody wants to travel, especially in rich countries where we have so much money. We can travel whenever we want, almost, if you have a decent job.
Yeah.
but that's a subject for another video or another discussion, I would say. Okay, so, but yeah, I also know that apart from being vegan, you went further. Is it true that you're doing activism?
Yeah, I did, or I do. I moved to Bergen in July, and I think just like 1 week after I came to Bergen or something, I was a part of like activism group or anything. Yeah, I think
so cool.
it went really fast. I was
Wow.
like, because I watched so much on YouTube about it, so
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I really want to try
Yeah.
that out. It looks very exciting. Yeah.
So you felt you wanted to do more. It's exciting, and you maybe like. Can you describe more your motivations for doing activism?
Yeah. I think my motivation is like of course it's for the animals. I think it's like a great and beautiful and very kind-hearted energy to put out in the world. And also I think because I watched so much like that on YouTube, and I wanted to in my real life, if I had the opportunity to also experience how it is to do what they do and to interact with other people, because I think that's very interesting to hear other people's thoughts. So I think that also was very something that a little bit motivated me, because I really wanted to be on the street and just feel how that felt, and also having like something to burn for, or like when
You have passion for?
passion for,
Yeah,
so to have passion, when you had passion for like being kind and doing something great there for the animals, and yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And so yeah, I got you. You thought about it. You found it was awesome.
Yeah.
You imagined it would be awesome and it would make a difference.
Yeah.
But now my next question is, how was it when you actually did it? Like, tell me, how did you feel and what was your experience? And I know I'm asking lots of questions in a row, but were there peak experiences, peak moments when were doing activism?
Yeah. No, the first time I was very nervous because I thought it was so scary. I would like I didn't know I didn't know so much to say or how to say things, but I remember I just talked to two people, and it was a good experience. I didn't get like a bad feeling from it, but also I didn't get to say what I wanted to say so much.
Okay.
The conversation ended because I got very nervous and stopped talking. But I thought it was very exciting, and I wanted to try do more and to like be better, and yeah. So now I have done it not so many times, but I've done it sometimes, and now I have so many good conversations, and yeah, I really like it. There is like, I think it's one that stands out the most, and that was a young boy yelling at me at first because I didn't stand up for human rights.
Oh.
So he was very angry at me, and I got a little bit scared because I felt like he almost like I was a little scared of being hit, because he was very like he had very much feelings for his country, his homeland, where he grew up, and it was war now in his country, and why I didn't speak up for them.
Yeah.
So I just had to like talk to him at first, and then he calmed more down, and I said some words to him, and eventually I got to ask him some questions and just reflect over things and hear his viewpoint of things, and then we came to an agreement that he was going to try vegan food for 1 week.
Wow.
And yeah, so
That's
he
crazy.
was really cool. He hugged me afterwards. I was so happy. So, but who knows? Maybe he didn't, but he was very like, yeah, I'm going to do that.
It's such a huge, sorry to interrupt, but like a huge like 180, like saying you're not doing enough,
Yeah.
you're like the wrong cause,
Yeah.
and then like you understood him, and then you were able to like make him realize that he could also do something.
Yeah, that was so funny. I remember I laughed very much after that because I did not expect him to. At first, I would never. I was like ready to just end the conversation because I thought, no, this is not. I don't want. Yeah, but it ended very, very good. So, and I had a lot of, or not a lot, but some more conversation like that has been like very great. And I feel like people on the street are very, the ones that stops and watch. Some are, you can really see in their eyes what they feel.
Yeah.
And I think that's also very emotional for me. I feel like I cried sometimes standing holding the TV with the mask on. I just cried under it because I cry watching other people.
Yeah.
Because I can kind of see how they or feel, or like I just understand what they feel.
Yeah.
I can see that they feel something, but they also have this. Yeah, I don't know. It's a conflict. In a way,
yeah.
But yeah. So I think it's very emotional also to do that, and yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I've been doing the same kind of activism. So we're talking about Cube of Truth with organizations such as Anonymous for the Voiceless, or with World Saving Hustle, and it feels really powerful. And you can see transformation, and it's a good form of activism.
Yeah.
But yeah, my next question is like, what's your next? How do you see your activism evolving? Is there other types of activism you would like to explore?
Actually, I haven't thought so much about it. I really like doing this, what we do now.
Yeah.
And I feel like I just want to follow and hang on and just like I know maybe we have some plans in Bergen to evolve more, do new things. Just need more.
Yeah, there's discussions about other stuff. We want to do other types of activism we've seen on YouTube, but also the many other ways that I won't say on camera now. But we're thinking about other stuff for sure.
Yeah. So I think I would just like, join and I will see. There is some things like. Or maybe I haven't. I don't think I actually have thought so much about it because I'm like more like I'm joining.
Yeah.
Very easy on.
And still new for you actually.
Yeah.
You've been doing this for only a few. You've been vegan for a few months.
Yeah.
And doing activism.
August with activism. Yeah. So right now, I study myself, so I'm moving a little bit here and there, and now in the.
What do you study?
Massage therapy. Yeah. So I will move a little bit around, I feel, in the next months. Next year I think I will be moving a little bit, so I'm not sure if I will be in Bergen all the time, but I want to like do it, join where I can join, and just going in a flow or something, just follow what I feel for and see.
Cool, very cool. It's a big change from your regimented life in the past.
Yeah.
So you're exploring freedom, but at the same time, you want to contribute to the world, and you're already starting taking action with the getting new clothes and becoming a vegan, and then also starting activism.
Yeah.
It's cool. I like it.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks you, Andrine. That was great. Great
Thank you
interview.
so much for the interview.
Yeah.